Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, whenever this message may find you. My name is Ian Gabriel Luna, and I need you to vote for Ian Gabriel Luna, for HOSA, Vice President. Now, you may be asking yourself, why vote for this kid? Why vote for him? Well, to answer that, I will be giving you my aspirations, my qualifications, and my rationale behind wanting to join this organization as the vice president. So as far as aspirations, I do want to be an endocrinologist, and best case scenario, I would like to have a degree in pharmacology, a degree in kinesiology, and a degree in endocrinology. But I am focusing on endocrinology at the moment. And as far as qualifications, during summer there was a limit of 90 students that could apply for a college biology course, for a college credit at STC for biology. I was one of those 90 students, and I was able to pass it. I mean, it was very difficult. A lot of people did drop it, including one of my close friends. So it was essentially 2 semesters worth of work in 2 months. So I was basically working for very long stretches of time, almost every day, including Saturdays and Sundays. So that's one thing I got going for me: good work ethic, and hard work. As far as qualifications, besides that, I do have a substantial amount of medical literature at my disposal to use as reference. I have studied a lot, both for school and outside of school, for my own personal endeavors and enjoyment of the subject matter, such as the Volume 1 and Volume 2 of Nursing, a Concept-Based Approach to Learning, and Port's Pathophysiology, Concepts of Altered Health Science, Health States, Kaplan Nursing, The Basics, and the Yarn Coursebook, with of course this being Anatomy and Physiology, STC, lab manual, and this is the Human Anatomy and Physiology book with all the course contents. And over here is the aforementioned own personal endeavors on subject matter, which I won't delve too much into since it is pretty hard science. As far as me, who I am, what do I like to do, just so you get to know your candidate, I do enjoy reading a bit of philosophy. I do want to get a minors in philosophy in college if possible. To support that, I have read Plato's A Republic, The Myth of Sisyphus, half of American Psycho and half of 1984. 1984 and American Psycho not necessarily being philosophy, but often associated with philosophy for its content. So yes, Plato's A Republic and The Myth of Sisyphus. I have, however, not been able to read Jean-Paul Sartre's Being Nothingness, Jean-Jacques Rousseau's Discourse on the Origin of Inequality, The Critique of Pure Reason by Immanuel Kant, The Will to Power by Friedrich Nietzsche, Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, or Beyond Good and Evil by Friedrich Nietzsche. I'll get to that. Some other hobbies and things that I enjoy to partake in are as you can see here, or calisthenics or gymnastics. Increases white matter in the brain, helps with cardiovascular health, decreases the risk of muscular dystrophy and atrophy. Just great, love it. So why am I going for vice president of HOSA? Why should you vote for me? Well, no, why did I decide to go into this? My original plan was to go for president, but my rationale was, the person that came before me, my current candidate for competitor for vice presidency, was in HOSA prior to HOSA, and as such, my reasoning was that, well, I want what's best for HOSA. I want to make this organization the best that it possibly can be. I want to be able to compete in everything to the fullest extent, and so I followed that logic and went to vice presidency. But then he had his own plan, and he's now also at vice presidency, so we are in a friendly rivalry, so to speak. But I now see that reasoning is flawed. You don't just vote somebody just because they've been in this position before. That actually is the exact opposite of what the U.S. Constitution says, specifically the 22nd Amendment. Unlimited terms for a president that would, or vice president, would simply be an uncontrolled dictator, an uncontrolled king, a king with absolute power. It's not a part of the democracy of the United States. So, which is what is represented in these school organizations and clubs. As such, I do believe that I could bring a lot of, and so can my candidate. But I have my own perceptions of how to improve the club. I know, like, we could all help each other, and we just have a really good year. Me help members, and members help me. Vice versa. Just a community, be able to go to all the clubs, share land, medical debate, and forensics. It'd be really good if you voted for me. I think we could. I'm definitely like willing to put as much hard work as possible, that is necessary. I I mean, I simply will do everything that is required, everything and beyond. I do want what's best for HOSA. I do want to have something to add, add to, add substance to my credibility going into college. So you know that I am very serious about this. I do want this position, and if you so would do me the honor, I implore you to please vote for ENG Luna for HOSA Vice President. I forget to mention this, so last minute addition, I am also the corresponding secretary of Student Council and am also part of the Library Advisory Board.